QST. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. This is a directed net, and we'd like all calls to go through net control. Before I start a net, I'll take a pause, see if there's any priority or emergency traffic. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, standing by. Okay, is there any priority or emergency traffic before we start the net? Heard, nothing heard. QST. As I said, this is the 9H-HAM Global Net. The net meets every 2 weeks at this time and this day on the 9H1 UHF repeater on Malta and Link repeaters. You could also get it through Echolink. You could also listen to it on YouTube. And I'd like to welcome everybody, and I'd like to wish everybody happy holidays. Without further ado, I'd like to thank everybody who in the past year, or years, I should say, has contributed to the net. Anthony, of course, 9H5FA, Charlie as net control, 9H1FBS, and others, and all those who have in some way the repeater trustees, and all the people who normally use the repeater who patiently give us a time and space to hold our net on the 9H1 UHF and linked repeaters. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful year and hopefully more to come. And happy holidays to everybody. Okay, without further ado, I should say, let me take some check-ins. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Golf 0, Bravo, India Alpha, G0, BIA. Good evening, Jerry. Good evening, Anthony. Golf 0, Bravo, India Alpha, Ian. Mass Palace in the UK.
Nine Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, checking in.
Okay, very good. I acknowledge 9 Hotel 5 Fox Alpha and Golf 0 Bravo India Alpha. Good evening to you, Ian. Anybody else? Even if you have an HT with you and you're in the middle of a mall where it's, I'm sure, pretty crazy right now because these are the last few days before the holiday. This is N7APW taking any more check-ins. Heard. Good evening, folks. Thank you for checking in. Anthony, if you have time, I'll pass it over to you. I hope everything is well. I hope that the last few days before the holiday aren't very crazy. They seem to be crazy at one big store here in town because we only have one big store, but I'm sure that if we had to take a peek at people and what they're doing on the internet, it's pretty hectic and crazy as well. It's interesting, this Christmas is not going to be a white Christmas over here. There is 0 snow on the ground and 0 snow on the grass. It looks like our temperature for Christmas is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 degrees Celsius. And that's above 0, not below 0. So it's going to be interesting and a different kind of Christmas, and I'll probably see if I can put a nice coat on and laze in the sun. I think that would be fun. 9H5 Fox Alpha with the 9H1 or the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
In Alpha Papa Whiskey, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Yeah, it seems that several people would have activities, probably family activities or work dinners or during this time. So actually I have all my wife's family at home at the moment, and so I mean there's some hum in the background. It's them, and I'll have to sort of go and come. Yeah. Otherwise, it's still pretty warm here. One short news item, perhaps, and this is on the 9H-HAM radio Facebook page. Fortunato 9 Hotel 1 Echo Sierra, as he does every year, will this year also be setting up a special station, well, to receive the New Year's Eve transmissions from the Grimeton SAQ veteran radio friend station. I know it's on the 24th. I'm not sure where he is setting up exactly. He did post some pictures on the Facebook page, but sorry, I must have timed out. He did say it's on Christmas Eve at 5:30 in the morning. But I'm not sure exactly where. So if he is if he's listening to us at the moment, perhaps he could give us more details. But he's setting up an antenna and the station to be able to receive these once-a-year transmissions. Back to you, at control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Okay, very good, Anthony. Thank you for that information. If you have a link to the article, maybe you could post it below the Facebook, not the Facebook, but the YouTube entry for today's net. That would be good. Okay, and he might check in later. He normally checks in a bit later, and we'll see how that goes as well. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Ian, over to you. Happy holidays to you and yours, and I hope you are all doing well, and I'll pass you the microphone, and 7APW.
November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, and 9H-5 Fox Alpha, Golf Zero, Bravo Indian Alpha. Yes, reciprocated the wishes for the coming season, and I hope you and your families have a good time. Ours is a little different this year. We're on our own on Christmas Day, but then there's a big bash of families meeting on Boxing Day. So we're having the turkey on Boxing Day instead of on Christmas Day. My wife and I haven't made our minds up yet. Well, we'll have duck or we'll have lobsters. We've got both in the freezer anyway, so we shall make an executive decision the night before, more than likely. This is going to be a one-off, Jerry. Might like to make a note and write it down. Some news that some of you may know or may not know. I know your brother does because I emailed Charles earlier on today or yesterday. But my old friend, and I'm sure some of yours over there in Malta, 9 Hotel 1 Alpha Juliet, Joe, who was very dear to me and very fond of him. So I heard from his daughter this week, Rose, and she said she's moved her father, Joe, into a care facility in Marsa Scala. So he's in a St. Thomas's, it's a home care home, and he's starting to, and I don't suppose it matters really because it comes to some of us in the end, and that he's got the onset of dementia. So I spoke to him on the 1st of December and he sounded his normal self, but within 12 days his daughter had moved him into there because he'd stopped looking after himself properly. He was losing weight, not feeding and things like that. So he needed help. He was on his own, and I'm very sad that he went downhill. So he's in St. Thomas's care home in Marsa Scala. Perhaps you can pass it on to the members of the MAL and of the Global Patintafa. There, you know, Sierra Fox and Juliet Lima and everybody. But Joe's still around, but unfortunately he's no longer active. He hasn't been active for some time. I've sent a message to qrz.com to put things right. Just take a pause. So his details should either be, I don't know what they do with it. I know what they do with it, silent key, but it isn't. So he's not communicating by radio at all anymore, which is sad. So I'm sorry to bring sad news, but at least he's been looked after, and that's the main thing. So with that, Jerry, I'm going to hand it back to you, and anybody else who's come on to listen. I can only see Anthony hooked up to the 9H-1 UHF repeater. So there we go. My wishes again. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, Golf Zero Bravo India Alpha. Just listen for your reply and then go on QRT. Take it away, Jerry.
Golf Zero Bravo India Alpha and 7 APW. It is sad news. Sadly, we're aging. Hopefully, we're aging nicely and slowly. I like the slowly part. But like everybody else, I can see subtle changes in my life that I'm noticing as I go along. But as long as we keep going along, we're doing okay. And as long as there's a smile on our face, and you know, there's always two sides to any coin. And the nice side is at least there are people that are keeping an eye on 9H-1AJ and doing what's best for him, especially if he can't do it himself anymore, and that's important too. Do me a favor if you can before you go. Please repeat the name of the facility. I know it's in Marsa Scala, but I don't know why, but I jotted half of it down. So if you can, Ian, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey and 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Yeah, if you Google the St. Thomas's care home at Marsa Scala, you'll get everything you need to know. So that's St. Thomas's. I mean, I believe it's taking it St. Thomas from St. Thomas Bay, but yeah, it's St. Thomas's at Marsa Scala care facility. So if you Google it, I'm sure you'll see everything you need to know. The scenery and everything looks very, very nice. And yeah, Rose, his daughter, sent me and Georgina, my XYL, a picture of Joe before he went in and then after, and it must have been a few days in between, and it really shocked me, the amount of weight he'd lost and how drawn his features were. And then the next picture, he'd had a haircut, he'd filled out his face again, and he was smiling, but you could see, it wasn't nice. But as I say, as Rose spoke to us on WhatsApp and said was the best thing for him because he wasn't looking after himself. And I know at one time when we used to talk regular because the 19th of November 2019, when his XYL passed away, him and I have spoken, I would say, a hell of a lot on WhatsApp over the intervening years. So gradually saw him changing, and as you say, somebody's looking after him, and that's all that matters. If we've all got somebody to keep an eye on us, that's what we need. So keep smiling, Jerry, keep smiling, Anthony, and keep up the good work there. I got tonight's notification from Charles because normally it goes in my junk file. That's why I wasn't here last week round. Very best then, please all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and back to you for a final, Jerry. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, week 9 at 05, Foxtrot Alpha. Golf Zero, Bravo, India Alpha. Sahash Beans.
Okay, very good, Ian. Golf Zero Bravo India Alpha with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet and 7 APW. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that Joe is doing better. And my philosophy has always been in life, if everybody kept an eye on their closest neighbor, whether it's to your left or to your right, then there's someone taking care of everybody, because it's just like a chain. It goes down the chain. And luckily, I have a wonderful neighbor who's still in his 30s, and he and his family keep an eye on my wife and I. And from time to time, ring the doorbell, or the kids would bring us some cupcakes or something, and we reciprocate. And it's honestly a nice feeling. The bigger the city you live in, unfortunately, the less you find that. But it's still around. It's just a bit harder to find. But smiling and keeping an eye on someone close by pays many dividends. Happy holidays, Ian. Keep smiling. We'll talk to you soon, and thank you for everything. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Are there any additional check-ins for the net?
H1 Japari, Jerry. Couldn't break in because you timed out the repeater, unfortunately. I don't know if Ian is still on frequency. You're still here, Ian?
Yes.
He's still there, Joe.
Hang around, Jerry. The 20BI.
Jerry, over to you. I will only be very short if you don't mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joe. 9H1 Japan Lima. Happy holidays to you and your family. Ian is listening.
Okay, there. Very good evening to everybody. Afternoon to you, Jerry, there. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Okay, looks like my phone is getting stuck on this radio. I haven't used it for some time. So I heard the news over there regarding Joe, so unfortunately it's not good news. But the good news is that at least they're taking care of him, at least. At least now someone else can take care of him also. There's the situation, unfortunately, as it is. So things have to be adjusted accordingly. Okay, Ian, there. Not staying very long as usual over here. It's meal time for us over here, so I won't be able to stay around so much. But I just came on to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I
I heard you say the news, so I'll pass the information over to Steve there if he's not listening. Okay, I believe there's also Anthony over there, so over to net controller, and you take it there, and I'll make one round and I have to go QRT. 9H-HAM Japan. Don't keep it too long because you're timing out the repeater.
I don't have any excuse for that. It's just a bad habit. And I won't know when the repeater is timed out because I can't hear the repeater from here. So my apologies, Joe, and happy holidays. Alrighty, this is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Any more check-ins or any other comments? Well, this is proving to be a very short net, but it's expected, especially around this time of the year. I'll take a short pause for anything else for the net. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, and 905 Foxtrot Alpha. 901 Juliet Lima, probably just about listening. I'll wish you all a very good night, or Leila Tayeb, for those who understand what I'm trying to say, HI. And we'll see you on the 29th, figuratively speaking. So have a good time, don't overindulge, and keep healthy. G0BIA, send please, everybody.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ian. The next net will be in 2 weeks, so it'll be in the new year. My goodness. So happy New Year, everybody, as well, and all those who are listening. Anything else? One last time for the net, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Quick info for Ian before he goes, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Go ahead, Joe.
Ian and everybody else over there. Well, you all know that the book is out over there and going around. So, quick info for Ian, especially there. Second print is out, Ian. So, second print of the book, that is. First lot are nearly exhausted. Now have the second print in hand also. So trying to keep up with the demand. Hi. Looks it's been received quite well, especially diplomatically over here for you guys if you want to know. And it's moving good. It's doing very well there. It's a very, very good showcase of our beautiful irons, as being very well known. So I'm keeping on that line right now. I'm busy in that sector. Unfortunately, just taking a little bit of the side over here. Not operating with radio much unless I'm mobile. Okay, that's also for you there, Anthony. You're still around over there. Joe's got in touch with me. A guy from university, 9H-5 Golf Echo, and he's trying to get on the radio also, so I'll try to make him come on the radio on this net also, so he can join you also. Okay, over to you, net controller, and I'm gonna have to make this my final. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody, and hopefully we get a better year next year. And 7APW 9H1 Japan.
Yeah, very good, Joe. Congratulations, and the second print. That's always good, and may there be a third and a fourth as well. It's impressive, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very rewarding, and I'm happy to hear that in each case. Anything else for the net? Any late check-ins? November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey with the 9H-HAM Global Net.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha with some small info.
Very good. Go ahead, Anthony.
Okay, so this is 9H5FA. If anyone is listening at the moment, or perhaps or sees the YouTube video stream later, the care home which Ian mentioned is as he said, it's St. Thomas Community Living, located in Martoscala. If you Google St. Thomas Community Living, you'll find all the information and the contact phone number. And the visiting hours are Monday to Sunday from 8 in the morning till 7 in the evening. So if anyone would like to pay Joe a visit, I guess that it can be done all day practically. So that's I pause a bit not to time out the repeater. The other thing, I've been looking up some information about the Grimeton radio station, which is in Sweden, and it's a 1924 station that used to be used for wireless telegraphy originally, and later was used in the war. It transmits on very low frequency on so I'm trying to find the frequencies in something kilohertz. So we need some sort of there it is, 17.2 kilohertz in CW. So I'm not sure which receivers will actually receive that frequency, but obviously Furto has one, and I know that he's setting up to receive it. On the website for the Grimeton transmitter, there is a suggestion of a WebSDR page which you can actually receive that frequency. So anyone can listen to the welcome message transmitted in CW. It is a Christmas message which is sent every year. When the transmitter is powered up, apparently it's just powered up once a year. It's used to transmit this Christmas message in CW. And the area is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I will post a link or a couple of links under this YouTube video later on tonight or tomorrow morning. Back to you, Net Control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Good, Anthony. 9H5 Fox Alpha with the net and 7APW. There actually is a WebSDR site that is, it's either in Belgium or the Netherlands, and it has a general coverage receiver, not just the ham bands. And I think it starts from 0, so that would be interesting. And I think it's fairly close to where the CW signal originates from. So it should be readable. I'll look for the link, and thank you for the link, Anthony. That would be very interesting. I don't think I've ever listened to any transmissions at such a low transmitting frequency. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Anything else for the net this evening?
Yes, I gotta go. Good night to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. 9H1 Jeff Adima clear.
Okay, Joe, happy holidays. Thanks for checking in, and hopefully we'll hear you in a couple of weeks. Okay, one more pause for any traffic, and I'll close the net. Hearing none, thank you everybody for checking in. There were a total of 4 check-ins this evening. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to everybody. And hopefully we'll meet you in 2 weeks, same time, same frequency, same repeaters for another edition of the 9H-HAM Global Net. This will be the last net for this year, and we look forward to next year, which hopefully will be better than this. November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. Thanks everybody for what you do throughout the year. Thanks for everybody's support and participation, and we'll talk to you soon. 73s, good evening.